The views and opinions expressed on Live at the Barbershop are entirely those of the host, guest, and caller and do not reflect the opinions of Live at the Barbershop or its staff. Viewers' discretion is advised. The following podcast is intended for mature audiences only and contains adult content, graphic language, strong sexual content, and a whole lot of shit talking. So in other words, get your kids out the room.
Live, here we go at the Barbershop with your hosts, Nisha J, Aaliyah, Black Republican, and those two crazy Caribbean guys from the Q&N show, Norris and Q. And now, the man of the hour, Mr. HNIC, Mr. Sleep When You're Dead, Hustle Now, the Magnificent.
Yo, son. What's up with all that?
I was just trying to amp it up, you know, like...
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, all right, I'm with that.
John, live at the Barbershop Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone. Friday, shop is open officially. So, we had a big discussion between our fellow men and women of the cast on whether you got the Biggie Smalls issues. You know what that is?
Nah. What's the biggest small?
More money, more problems. So,
yeah.
recently, Akon made a statement that rich people have more problems than poor people. And we were debating that amongst ourselves. We decided, you know what? Let's put it out to the masses and see if they agree with us or if they disagree.
Yeah.
So we decided to put the show together. I originally wanted to call it Rich and Poe. Anyone from New York know the whole story between Rich Porter, AZ. So they call it Rich and Poe.
Okay.
So some people might get it, some people might not. Down south, they call Po' Boy. Po' Boy is a thing. It was a term. Well, at least she yeah. Hold on, let me bring them in. Without further ado, hold up. I'm your host for tonight. My name is John. To the left of me is my man Yo Q. What it do?
Yeah, we back in the building. We back in the building, man. We're back in the shop, man.
I got Nisha J's in the building. Welcome, Nisha J.
Hey folks, how are ya?
What's good? And the down south diplomat, the Rick Rosser, the T double D, the Trick Daddy entrepreneur, Aaliyah's in the building, so you could probably hit me with that term. Po' Boy. You know about Po' Boy?
No, I don't.
You don't know nothing about Po' Boy?
Oh
my gosh.
Sorry.
Official Southern girl here.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay. Well, I'm gonna educate y'all a little bit.
You mean the po' boy sandwich?
You know what I'm talking about. Stop it. You think I'm talking about the record label? Come on.
I mean, that could be anything. It could be chicken. It could be ham. It could be shrimp.
Yeah, you're a po' boy. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Okay.
Po' boy. So we had it amongst us about this whole situation, rich or poor. Okay? So some sided and said, yes, rich people have a lot of issues, a lot of problems, probably more than poor people do. I disagree. A few agreed.
Yeah.
So we're going to break it down tonight and see, do they really do have more problems than us poor people? Or the poor people?
Poor people.
Oh, I'm just saying. No, when I say,
So
I mean,
you're poor, man.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not rich. I'm not poor, but I'm not rich.
Remember, there's rich,
but I can relate.
Yeah.
Because we've all been at a starting point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We can relate.
Well, maybe not Miss Nisha J. She started out in the West Wing. I forgot. My bad. You know. Like. So, without further ado, let's get it popping tonight. So now, who's taking the side of the rich people? Raise your hand. Nisha J.
Okay.
I'm in between.
Oh, so now you switching up?
No.
Are you okay?
She feel a little.
All right. So Aaliyah, you taking the side for the rich.
Yes.
Nisha J, you in the middle. So I don't know where to place you right now.
I don't know where to. I honestly.
We're gonna put her in an unknown box.
Right.
I
don't have an opinion.
All right. So Q, where you at?
I think I can talk for. I was thinking about it, but it sounds like the rich. But I'm gonna stick with the poor, man.
You want to stick with the poor?
Yeah.
Nah, it's outnumbered for Aaliyah now. All right, Black Eye, where
No,
you
I'm
at?
good.
Good?
All I need is one person on my team. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So you a loner.
Yeah.
Black Eye T, where you at? Where you at? Go with the Poe? All right, POE, Poe Boys. Okay, all right, cool. So, all right, so Aaliyah.
Okay.
Let me know what are some of the things that you think poor people have more problems. I mean, rich people, my bad. I forgot you had the rich people. Yeah. Rich people have more problems than the poor people. So 3 different categories.
So you want me to tell you some things that rich people might have more problems than poor people?
Why they feel they have more problems than poor people? You since you're representing for the rich people right now,
right?
So you speaking for them.
Yeah.
So okay.
So, in my opinion, I think the reason why is because, well, one of the reasons I think that rich people might have more problems is because of they have more accountability for things. Meaning they might have insurance. Maybe it could be like $500,000, $600,000 worth of insurance. Then they still have their house, they have their bills, which would naturally rise. Then they might be responsible for taking care of their families, or we don't know how broad that goes out to their responsibility to their families and their children. And we don't know whether they have a spouse that they might be taking care of as well. And then they have all of these other things like ads or social media, responsibility. Well, they have to take accountability for themselves as well. And everything that they're investing in, they have to keep up with all of those things too, when the poor might have probably an acute amount of those things to be responsible for.
Deal with. Okay. Give me 1 minute. My the engineer just walked in, so I gotta show him a few things that we're gonna put together on this to make it a little bit more exciting. So hold on. Huh? So I want Aaliyah. Just repeat that last little piece. Just the last little piece.
As far as what the accountability that the poor people might have.
Right. The accountability that the poor people may have a little bit less than the rich people, right?
Well, a very acute amount of those responsibilities, because they're not taking care of anybody. They might be taking care of kids, but their responsibilities are a lot less, and they could do when they could do a lot more to be successful. And they have a lot more time to do it.
You think so? You think so?
Yeah, they can, depending on what they're whatever it is that they're utilizing to get out of the situation that they're in. I'm sure.
Wrong answer.
But
the poor people disagree. So
it's a mindset.
What you said? It's a mindset.
It's definitely a mindset. I can go deeper, but I'm trying to stay on the surface.
Okay, so on that note, because I made a little list myself too, and I'm gonna try and balance it out for rich and poor.
What's so
fun? For rich and poor. What up, Khalid? What's good? for rich and poor.
Okay.
So now I do understand, yes, with wealth and money, different things do occur. People, for instance, you're always on the brink of being sued.
Yeah.
You understand? Like anything you do, someone is down to sue you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they know you have it.
It's
But
don't forget the manipulation to charging you more for things because they know you have it.
that is true too. That is true too.
yeah. And the pressure
but-
of getting back poor.
Well, yeah, well, that's a good point too.
That's
A lot of them fear losing the money.
Yeah.
That's a big factor also. But when you weigh it out now, because a lot of us started out at a starting point. No one wasn't born with the silver spoon in your mouth. So you understood
Some.
what it took. Well, some, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So you understood what it took to climb the ladder. You saw your parents climb the ladder.
Yeah.
So for some of the thing that I see with rich people, for instance, now, well, I knew a couple of them when I was younger. Like in the summertime, when it's time for them to vacate, their family used to talk all the time about, oh, where we gonna go now? Maybe Paris. No, we did Paris last year.
Yeah.
Maybe you know, and you looking like, you know, like maybe you should go to Egypt. Maybe I haven't been to Egypt. You should try to do Egypt, or maybe China or something. Like,
No,
and you're
it's
sitting
too
there
bad.
like, and the thing with it, I knew some friends of mine from New York, and at this time we were in our mid-20s. These dudes did not even leave Queens.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You know how that is? You never even left that borough where you were born and raised. You never even saw Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, anything else, much less you talking about going on a whole nother continent or seeing any. Forget about that. Going to another state.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like when you see some of that and you hear them complain, oh, Mom, why do we have to go back to Paris? We've been there before. Uh-oh, wait a minute now.
Hand raise.
Oh, he sounds like a hater, don't.
Go ahead.
So what I think that you should have started out with was being able to clarify what is rich and what is poor. Because when you really come down to it, everybody has their own opinion about what being rich is and what being poor. This is where we're gonna turn this. This is where it's gonna make a turn.
Oh, I don't mean to cut you. Give it a buzzer. Exactly. You know what the deal is? Hold up. Because I got Nisha J in the back shaking her head. You know what I'm saying? I got you and I got her. And I got the late runner. She must be Poe. Hold on. Let me bring her in real quick. Sassy's in the building.
Oh.
You must be black.
No.
Yeah, turn your volume down. Okay. So you and Nisha J, you're shaking your head at me and you're saying I should have started out with something. Okay. So bring me up to date. Speed me up, please. So back to what you were saying.
Yeah. So for me, in my opinion, being rich to me could mean something different than being rich to you. Okay. So you may have $100,000 and you may say, okay, well, I'm rich. I got money. I can do what I want to do with it. And then I may say, as long as I'm healthy, I feel like I'm rich. So when you ask the question about being rich and being poor, it depends on each individual's mindset of where they are in being poor and where they are in being rich. Because my rich and your rich is not the same. My poor and your poor is not going to be the same.
For real.
That's for sure.
Yeah. That statement, I believe, that's facts. Real. That's facts, man.
And why are you saying that, Q?
Why
are you saying that, Q?
I mean, because it's true. It's just like people having different opinions.
Why he's saying that? He know why he's saying that. He's totally different. He know why he's saying that. Damn it.
I mean, real recognize real.
Facts.
Yeah.
Is he real or is he not real?
So if you making a true statement and there's nothing that you can take from that, because we have it's so many people on this earth that are happy in ways that millionaires and billionaires are not happy.
That's a good question.
And money is not even involved in the equation. And the reason why that is because money was never meant to be in the equation of happiness or being rich or being poor. It didn't have anything to do with money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Initially.
So
True.
Nisha J, since you're in the on the middle, you're like, what's your take? Let me hear what you got to say.
Well, I agree with Aaliyah. I can say that I'm not rich and I'm not poor. I
Sure.
don't want for nothing, and my kids don't want for nothing.
Okay.
I don't.
Sound rich to me.
No.
No, I think what she meant to say instead of want, I think she meant to say need. They don't
Right.
need
They
anything.
don't need. They're not. They
Shit.
don't lack anything. Put it like that.
Sound rich to me.
Yeah.
No, it's just that they're sacrifices. So basically, and I'm going there with it. Somebody may say, "Oh, I have to take 4, 5, 6 vacations a year," where I don't ever take vacations, and the reason being is because I don't travel because that money could be placed somewhere else where I think it's more important for me. I could my kind of vacationing could be just nobody around in a hotel room by myself where somebody may need to be on an island.
So you just renting out the whole half of the hotel, you're saying?
No, I don't.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I was trying to get a full
I
on.
just need to get away. Like, get me away from everybody. But again, like I said, that's just my way of thinking. Let's go with a theory here. The person who packs the lunch every day to work, versus the one who buys out all the time.
Okay.
And let's get back on a point of, who has more problems. Okay. Let's look at the poor. The poor, they have to worry about their health. They have to worry about the environment they live in. And I'm sure they don't live in a great environment, which means the crime is high as hell. They got to worry about the people who are jealous of them and what they have.
That's not necessarily true.
When you say problems with rich and poor, who has more problems? More money, more problems? I'm looking at as poor people they have a lot of problems. Where you say health-wise.
True.
When you go into those communities, the best doctors are not in those communities for the poor.
Yeah.
They have to worry about putting food on the table. They have to worry about birthdays, Christmases, holidays. They have to worry about the education for their kids and making sure they can get a significant education or go to college. They have to worry about their children not going. If they're poor in these poor areas, what's there? Gangs and guns and drugs. So, there's things in these areas that in the poor community that's not in the rich community. So then you go to the rich community, you have the person that has all the money, right? And they're worried about competing with the Joneses and how they can one up everybody, how flashy they are, the clothing they can buy, and they can show off their wealth. Or the same thing with their kids. Their kids have needs. They got to go to the better schools. They have the finest things. They have to have the things first. So I've seen on both ends of the spectrum, the poor and the rich. So that's why I'm really stuck because, you think about it, and I have family that's extremely poor. They are asking other people for money. They are not always living off the government. They're not getting food stamps. They work, they work 4 or 5 jobs. They have to worry about health care.
They're from Jamaica?
Yes. I've been to Jamaica. Let me tell you, the first time I went to Jamaica.
He said they from Jamaica.
No.
When you say 4 and 5 jobs, I'm saying Jamaica.
No, I know some people who have 4 or 5 jobs.
America?
And it's not like 9 to 5 jobs. It's jobs that they do. Like they may cook for somebody and they may do whatever. But I'm just saying, I've seen both ends of the spectrum. So that's why I say I'm really indifferent on the answer. Which one has more problems?
They're stealing the
I don't know.
Jamaican jobs.
I don't know about anybody else, but listen, let me get some of that problem. Give me some of that problem. You know what I'm saying?
A
Like,
poor problem?
no, a rich problem. How
rich problem?
Poor problem. Been there, done that. I don't want that. I want rich problem. Give me the rich problem.
Hey,
You know,
Nisha.
like let me try and figure out. Let me try and figure out what continent I didn't go to. You know what I mean? I like to have those problems.
Well,
But you have people always, like Aaliyah said, scheming and thieving and trying to one up you.
And the good part about being poor is that you learn how to maneuver around these little things. You know what I mean?
Right, but then you have the thieves and the people, the backstabbers there.
Listen, that's a good
even
part.
More so because you have money.
But again, coming from your upbringing, if you was in the hood and you know how certain things are, you know how to maneuver. You know how to, listen.
Not everybody.
Let's take a 50 Cent for instance. Let's take a 50 Cent individual. Okay, now 50 Cent takes that whole movement that he had from the South Side situation, the 40 Projects, the Baisleys, and all that situation, brings it into Hollywood and bullies his way around individuals that are not from that environment. So now, who you think is winning? Yes, somebody might decide that people, how many people have been suing 50 and whatnot? He gets around it.
No,
so does Trump.
What?
So does Trump. Trump been sued so many times he bullies people into contracts that he don't pay them.
But Trump is on a whole billionaire situation. We talking about just.
But that's the rich though. So then here you got the guy who's poor who has to worry about a drug dealer coming and saying, "I'm taking over your spot. Get out."
But
how many times? I mean, come on. It's like thinking it's.
But you watching
to
Power?
Me, what? I'm not watching Power. Just imagine this. All right, no, just imagine this. How many times have we seen a drug dealer stand in front of a house?
I thought you saw about Trump. I thought you saw about Trump and some drug dealer. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
No, but Nisha makes sense. Nisha makes a lot of sense because if you realize when a poor person win the lotto, sometimes they go this high and come right back down.
Yeah, because they tell you people that never had nothing, they will always be the first one to squander it because they trying to
They just don't have a sense of money management. That's really what it is.
I mean, this is a broad subject. I think you guys are kind of generalizing everything and putting people in one general box when we can't even put these people in those boxes like that. And the reason why it's not possible to do that is because everybody individually has a mindset that they came from. Yeah. And whatever they formed in that mindset can cause situations that they sometimes bring upon themselves. Mm-hmm. So that's just like saying, okay, well, this person is poor, and just because they don't have money does not mean they can't get money. They may not have a drive to get money. Mm-hmm. Just because this person is rich does not mean that they hustled to make money. It could just mean that they were in the right place at the right time to have money. So those simple things, like we generally we look at people and we think, okay, just because they have money, maybe they probably ain't no telling what they did, how they got it. They hustled. They probably worked hard. They probably did this, but everybody didn't work hard. Everybody didn't do that. And then we look at the poor people and say, they don't want to work, or they don't want to do this, or they don't want to do that. Just because they poor don't mean that that's not their situation. That's they could have been that same poor person could have been rich a day before you saw them.
Yeah. Okay.
And one bad situation or one bad decision has caused them to be in a poor status. In a poor status, I'm talking about monetarily, because if that person thinks that based off of how, just like I just finished saying, how they think of themselves being poor and how they view themselves of being rich. People have a view of having money as being rich and having no money as being poor, but that's not the case.
Go ahead,
So I'm aging myself. Has anybody watched the movie Trading Places? Mm-hmm. With Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
So remember, he started off poor, right?
Yeah.
Right? And he became rich?
Right.
Mm-hmm. When did he have more problems?
When he was rich.
when he was rich?
So okay, so which one of us will take up?
Yeah, well, hold on.
I'm just trying to think because to me, my memory is not the strongest on this movie.
It's the same problem,
but he had the same
different
problems,
circumstances.
different circumstances.
That's all.
And he was poor. And then when he became rich, he was like, "Forget this." So let's look at maybe an example of such. You know, someone who possibly. I know it's fictional, but I'm just saying that is a
no. It's true. Even though it's fictional movie, it's real life.
Right.
Sassy, turn down a little bit. Got echoes. You Paul. Somebody buy her a new headphone.
Can she hear it? I mean, she can hear us, but Sassy, say something.
Y'all want to start a GoFundMe?
Thank you, please. My IT. I need Black IT to come over. What I got to put in a ticket, a work order? What Black IT?
Hello.
Jeez, every time I'm trying to get in, I got a delay for like 20 minutes. Black IT.
All right, no problem.
So Sassy,
remote. I'll fix it remote.
Sassy, your thoughts on it?
I think each has this, certain level of problems differently. It's just, for the rich, they have access to more resources, really. It's just access.
Yeah.
But as they accumulate, many of them do complain of, emptiness. Whereas someone considered financially poor, they have a good perception of their life, and they have a comfortable, quality of life. Their outlook on life may be more happy than the richer person. It's just that, really wealth and financial wealth just really provides for you access to more resources.
Yeah,
that's basically at the end of the day.
Does it really?
That's what.
That's it.
I think it give you more.
Does it really?
That's it, basically.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because sometimes people can live off the land and have more resources than they would if
but whose land is it?
Trying to work.
Is it their land that they own or someone else's? I mean, if you have land.
No, there are people that have their own land right now today.
Yeah, but so that's considered an asset, so therefore that contributes to wealth.
No.
So
I'm not talking about people that's buying land. I'm talking about people that has been inhabiting this land since the time that they were born and they grew up on that land.
But at some point, somewhere, someone may own it. Someone, if things change and the land is sold.
No, there's places
and the government.
If anybody from the U.S. try to go on that land, they dead.
So what are they? What are they under supreme law? What is it?
No, they're not under. They're not under any.
It have to be under supreme law. It has to be supreme. If you're not under constitutional law, then you're under supreme law. That's how it is. That's how it is in America. I'll say that for America.
It's their law. It's their law because they inhabit that land. That's just what it is.
So that's supreme law. Then they fall under supreme law.
That sound like some West Virginia situation. Straight up. That sound like my sister, my mother's sister, brothers. You know what I mean? That sound like some West Virginia situation, some backwoods situation.
Yeah, it actually is. The people actually, they live. That's how they've always lived. That's all they know. And if they actually, and people have tried to go over there, like citizens have tried to, even reporters have tried to go over to their land just to see how they was living or watch them or view them and stuff like that. And they will not allow them to come set foot near them. And the reason why is because the last time that a person actually set foot and got close to them, they caused them to be sick with all different kind of diseases because of the vaccines and stuff that people in the States have. Mm-hmm. They caused them to be sick, and they actually prohibited them from even coming over there. The last person that went over there, they killed them.
And this is in the United States.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where it is. I can look it up. I can look it up. I can look it up and find out. But we was not talking about whether I wasn't just speaking on United States or outside, and I was speaking in general as a whole, because these people are still, you can't say that these people aren't happy. Mm-hmm. You can't say that they're, can you even say that they're poor?
I know of,
unless you're basing it off of money. That's all I'm saying. It's the basis. If you're basing it off of money, and you still can't say that they're happy, because they're happy with the resources that they have, because they utilize the resources that they have on their land.
Let me piggyback off of that. So I don't know how it was down in the South, but I'm gonna speak on New York, okay, and up north. So now in New York, for all that got government cheese, were you happy? Hell yeah.
It makes really great macaroni with cheese.
That's what I'm talking about. The rich one in the group ain't even paying attention because she never got government cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I have had government cheese. Oh,
my bad.
Referring to me.
My bad. I'm just saying, because
if you're referring to me, I'm not the rich one. Please don't say that.
We were all cheesing. Look at it. We was like, cheese. Everybody said cheese. She's like, oh. She's like,
yo,
text my friend.
No, I'm not. And the first thing I thought, she said macaroni and cheese. I was thinking of grilled cheese, because those were the best damn grilled cheese sandwiches ever.
We're going to put you to the test now if you really got government cheese.
I received government cheese.
Let me ask her if she really got government cheese.
It wasn't sliced.
Okay,
so ask me if it was sliced. It's not sliced.
No, you gotta cut it.
You need a goddamn butcher knife for that shit.
I'm gonna throw it. You got the one in the white box, right? With the blue and yellow.
The white box with the black lettering.
The blue and yellow. No, it had blue and yellow. It had like an oval.
Oh my god.
The USDA one.
It had the oval thing that said Velveeta.
It didn't say Velveeta.
It was not Velveeta.
So okay,
yo,
all right. This is a trick question now, and I want her to answer this one. Yeah. Now, if you was on the line, how long were you on the line for the government cheese?
I never was on the line.
Yo, we all had the hookup.
God damn it. Okay,
right.
Another one now. If you were able to skip the line and they gave you the bags, do you keep everything else in the bag, or do you throw it away and just keep the cheese?
Oh my God, Corey!
What is wrong with you?
I have no idea.
That's how I know. This is how I'm breaking it down to figure it out.
So you don't want the rest of the stuff.
I don't want no. You got to be po. You got to be with the rest of us. I need to know. See, that's what. Now, if you answer it right, because everybody else that got it knew it came with these things that you're never gonna use, like powdered milk and powdered stuff that you looking and you're like, what is this nasty stuff?
Oh,
I just want the cheese, stuff that they would use in the
army. Why you
army.
Stuck on the cheese, man?
I don't know. He's a
youngin'.
You stuck on the cheese.
You never got a chance to get the cheese.
Hey,
I got this.
Your mom fed you a lot of cheese when you was growing up.
I'm saying, for us in Jamaica,
look at him
you
now.
get the right cheese. You get the cheese. But it's a good Easter. It's a good,
Well,
I'm just saying.
All because of cheese?
All because of cheese. See, you don't know.
I don't know, because grandma gave me the.
I think you're the only one on this panel that knows about that.
No,
for that butter cheese.
I'm just letting you know from a different standpoint. Has anyone in here knows head to toe? Anyone know what head to toe is?
Hold on.
I do.
Oh.
Yes.
What is head to what is head to toe?
You talking about baby powder on your chest after you got
That's what I'm talking about.
Rich people problem. Rich people problem.
What? People problems. You don't know head to toe. Who else said it? Nisha, you said it. You knew what it was.
I don't know what that means.
I do. That's when you and all your siblings and all your cousins are sleeping over the grandparents' house, and we all gotta pack it in on the bed. You gotta go head
to toe.
foot like sardines, just to make everybody fit in comfortably.
It's not comfortable.
You don't know to do that. You could just want to do that, period.
I'm just telling you, rich people problems, poor people problems. You can't relate.
Rich people problems.
You looking
go
like
sleep
you don't
in the
even know
loft
too. I'm just saying.
I'm listening and said that wasn't regular life.
Thank you.
Crazy. Nah, that's regular life.
What you mean?
That's regular life. What you talking about? Poor Olympics. Hell yeah.
Poor Olympics.
Man, I was
Hell
receiving
yeah.
I was receiving those cheese in Jamaica, man. And
Yeah,
then-
we was.
and the rest of the package you didn't want.
Nah, we didn't want
We
that.
were getting
all that other stuff.
that milk powder.
We
man.
didn't want none of that stuff. None of that stuff. So I'm just saying, there's just certain. All right, here's another one for you. Now, as kids, what was the most things that you dreaded as a poor child?
The lights or anything going off.
All right.
You weren't thinking about that.
Ooh.
Well, I'm just saying.
The water
For,
cereal.
for kids, for the real young ones. This
Not
is what.
having a Christmas.
Well, here's
On
another.
birthday?
Here's another thing that a
The
lot
cereal.
of poor kids used to dread: the hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah, clothing.
Some dudes, some dudes I went to school with had it real rough, where they would have to wear their sisters' jeans
Wow.
and different things like that.
They doing
So,
that now. Apple
Well,
bottom.
they doing that in Jamaica now. So
They doing that now.
Them dudes
Nah,
wearing apple bottom.
we didn't know it would become a fashion thing later on in life. But at the end of the day, these are some of the things that the poor ones have to really, and the mental strain that it takes on you. Because now when you got to go to school, I had a friend, I don't even want to put his name out there, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say his last name, but his name is Curtis. Now, Curtis' mother,
50.
they don't know his last name. It could be anybody. Yeah. So,
John ain't gonna have no friends after this.
but they don't know who Curtis. But okay.
Curtis know who he is and he watching. Go ahead.
Right.
Curtis from the Bahamas. I'm never mind. So now his mother used to tell him, "You're not getting no sneakers until your toes come out of it, till your feet come out."
Oh,
Right?
no.
And she's like, "Listen, I can't afford. You're gonna have to just wear them." And I remember at one time we were going on a senior trip, right? And everyone's gearing up for this trip. Everyone's like, "Yeah, I gotta get." We go to the mall over at Green Acres. Everybody's getting there, And back then, Modell's was the spot. Everybody's down there, and I felt so bad for him because I know what's going on, and I know his sneakers, and he tried to glue it as much as he can, and it's still his toe. I'm looking right at it, and it's coming out. I said, "All right, you know what? I got you." I bought him a pair of sneakers, right? And
Rich.
yeah. So
The rich bought him a sneaker.
but I was doing it back then. So at that time, you really didn't understand. And again, you being so young, also, you're not realizing how detrimental this thing is mentally to that kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it struck his ego, it damaged him. But here's the flip side of it too. And I guess this is the rich part of it, and where we spoke about hood rich. When Curtis I bought him an outfit, sneakers, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, Reebok from head to toe. Got you. Don't worry about it, because I was doing my thing. Okay. So we get to the senior trip, and this dude became a beast. Like, yo, you couldn't talk to him at this point. He thought he was fresh to death. And every time you say, yo,
He
chill,
was getting
chill.
the girl.
No, he switched on us now. Like when they tell you, like, them people that never had nothing, now they got something. Now all of a sudden, now Curtis, his head just went woof off of one outfit.
I think the girl was gravitating to him now.
It didn't matter. But what I'm saying at the
Not
end
for
of the
one
day,
outfit.
not all for one, because you got to come back the day after that. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
So at the end of the day, it was just something where yes, you can say that, more money, more problem, or less money. And people have also said this, like Aaliyah and Nisha stated also, it's not all about the money. You can be rich with just family, and with love, and with different things like that. That'll make you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna play two sound bites real quick, and I want your opinions after this. So we'll start off with Biggie Smalls.
The more money you make, the more problems you get. And jealousy and envy is just something that comes with the territory, man.
Okay, now we spoke on that. And you all agree that with that situation, the jealousy, the envy, the everything negative from you having money, the friends that you can't trust, the boyfriends, girlfriends that you don't know if they really love you, right? Everyone agrees with that part?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hit the next one. Hit the Tupac one real quick.
It's too much money here. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic. That's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1 million, $1 billion, and then there's people starving. There's no way. There's no way that these people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants. People would say, well, they earned it. Now you go out and you're earned it. If they earned it, then I think that's good, and I think that they deserve it. But even if you earned it, you still owe. Because look at me, I don't have that mega money, but I feel guilty walking by somebody. I got to give them some mail. And if I know I got $3,000 in my pocket, I feel like it's wrong to give that person a quarter or $1. It's wrong. Only you know what you got in your pocket. And that's wrong. No matter what they do, if they take it and drink it, they take it and drink it. But I mean, you understand? And we all know how hard it is, and it's not about if you good or you bad. So since it's not about if you good or you bad, we know that because he don't mean he was bad.
Now, are you still back with the same one, or do you kind of shift your thoughts a little bit? How did this one hit you?
Well, that's just the difference between equality and equity. So equality, he's having that equality view where like everyone should basically eat at the same time, eat the same meal. The person who looks at it from equity sees it as who goes to, to earn it should enjoy what they earn. Have, get their cake and eat it too. And if you didn't make the attempt to earn it, you shouldn't have what I have. So it really depends on how you want to look at it. Some people look through the eyes of equality. Some people look through the eyes of equity.
Q?
Yeah, I agree with her.
Okay.
Yeah, because...
So if you earned it, you shouldn't spread love?
No, you should.
No, you could spread love. But don't think that I'm going to earn it and the other person's going to stand there and just get because I earned it. Now I got to share 50-50. What did you do? You got to contribute too.
So that means we shouldn't send no money to our people in Jamaica because a lot of them just sit around.
Listen, this is my thing. This is how I live my life. If your back is against the wall, I will feed you fish.
Right.
But do not come back and say your back is against the wall again. You got to learn from that lesson. Going forward, I'm only going to teach you how to fish. I'm not going to keep feeding you fish. Because if you keep feeding a person fish, they won't let you learn to fish on their own. They have to learn to fish on their own. For those who can, better do. When you're dealing with sassy, that's it.
So now what's up with you?
Huh?
So what's up with you now?
No, you gotta spread the love still. You gotta spread the love.
So if you had money, let's say tomorrow you got money.
Yeah.
Right? You sold a bunch of tight jeans to a bunch of
a bunch of straight ties. Not tight jeans, straight ties.
All right. So you sold straight ties. Okay.
Some straight.
To a bunch of people. You made millions off of it, okay? Off of apple bottoms to dudes. Okay. Yeah. And now all your friends and them, they're looking at you to buy all the time. All the time.
No, it's not gonna work like that.
Okay, so you could tell every one of them no? You can tell them that?
Yeah, you can tell them that.
You don't look like you would be the one to tell them no.
Man. Yes.
Okay, all right. Just want to know. Okay.
Yeah, but
like Nino Brown.
To me,
business, not personal.
The thing with it for me,
spread the love, man.
Because I've seen it on both sides of the spectrum. I have a little bit more lenience to dealing with. I don't even want to use the word poor, but what's the best word I can say?
Less fortunate.
Less fortunate. Okay, because I can understand the setting. I can understand the movement. Like if I go somewhere and I have friends that got money, they're rich. Some of them are millionaires, and I don't like them like that because they're cocky. They're arrogant. They're they fly off the handle for the smallest and dumbest things.
Yeah.
Like I know a dude balked on his father because his father put a watch on his dashboard. You know what I mean? I'm looking at him like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What you saying?
So I'm gonna make a statement on that. I remember when the Kardashians show came out. and I watched one episode, I could have got like a sawed-off shotgun and shot the television off the wall because I couldn't stand watching them and how they complained about little things. And I said, if rich people act like this, I don't ever want to be rich. Because they complain about this, that, and the littlest things, and I just couldn't deal with it. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Now, do you think it's because of those that are born into the wealth because they never really experienced it? Like maybe their parents or the grandparents that got this stuff, you know, they view things different. Because if you've never been through it, you don't know how to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So meaning that if you came from the trenches, you worked your way, you got some money, you're gonna do everything in your power to make sure that you don't lose it or make sure your kids don't squander it and different things like that. Like a Warren Buffett situation where he's saying, just give them enough so they can survive. Don't give them enough to basically go nuts, you know?
Go nuts, yeah.
I think it's just the fact that they just, to me, I believe the money could buy or get them whatever they need. And they basically do everything and anything to obtain the best with the aid of the money, financial status. And when I watch those shows and how they whine, I just can't take it. All right, this is a better example. Has anybody watched a show where people are buying homes from realtors on TV? And every now and then you'll have that one family that wants like a $200,000 house, and all they want is 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and enough room for their kids to run around. And then you watch the other show where they're buying like a $2.5 million house, and they can't deal with the powder room looking like it is or what have you. I can't watch that neither, because to me it's like, are you really that picky that you're upset that the powder room is this color, or you don't like the faucets or whatever? Like, I mean, they're not even grateful to be able, to me, it makes me feel like they're not grateful to be able to afford a house like that, where there's so many people, like Tupac says, that don't have homes. They live in crates. They live in cardboard boxes. They live in the woods. I mean, it's real out here. And these people on TV, Kim Kardashian, her whole damn family is mad because she's having a goddamn breakdown because somebody didn't speak to her. And she's whining.
Let me play.
I can't. I legitimately cannot deal with that. I can't.
Let me play devil's advocate. Have any of us, even though we're not rich, we've all, I think, kind of done the little semi-rich tantrums here and there, where you go somewhere and I expected better. I should have got this, and I should have got that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, different things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like small things like that, where sometimes even for us, we step out the box. Yeah. Sometimes.
I can say we're all guilty of doing something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are, because I could easily say that, but is it done on a regular? I could say no. I can't even say, I don't know. My friends would have to speak for me on that, because I don't know. I can.
It's within people, you know, because whenever I go to eat any restaurant or stuff, there's just something, the waitress, the server, they may be even in a better position than I do. But there's something within me that I would just want to keep them better.
Okay.
They could be in a better position than I do.
See, the dad, you trying to show up for the girl in front of you, one or the other.
No, it's not.
Let me tip her 30%.
No, it's just within a person. And right now the internet is on blast with Michael Jordan tipping somebody maybe $5 to bring her a drink.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's real.
What?
Yeah, the internet is on blast. I saw.
I mean, we've seen that before here and there. You get it.
That's not new.
They said that stuff about Jay-Z also. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
but you're not in his pockets. Why are you in somebody's pockets?
She talking
That's
to you?
I don't understand. Like, why are you watching somebody's pockets?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
You
But
know, that's society. You know, at the end of the day, it's
Maybe
I
that's all
think
he
I think
had as change or whatever. You never know.
hold on. Let's
back to what Nisha was saying. I think for a lot of those super wealthy, especially the children that were brought up wealthy, a lot of them did not learn a sense of purpose. They're not really purpose driven. So you'll find that type of behavior with those type of people. Whereas, it's a perceived power, really. They think that money is power. And that they could manipulate and control others that they think are beneath them. So you'll find that type of behavior. Of course, it's not
Some of them don't want
appropriate
the
or
power
right.
though.
yeah, and it's surely there's I don't think the happiness we celebrate so much, man. The poor, we celebrate so
I
much.
mean, listen, when you all right, listen, you know, like when the stock market crashed and different things like that, the housing, a lot of stockbrokers was going nuts. People, oh my God. But one thing, poor people are like, what happened? Because they're like, yo, it's a regular day. What happened? What happened? You know what I'm saying? Because you're used to
Those are the
you're
fears.
used to making do. You know what I'm saying? Like you're used to putting things together. You know, like you might, pork and beans and different things like that. While it's off limits to somebody else, but you learn to make do. You know what I'm saying? The most important part of it at the end of the day is to just make sure you and your family are still happy, regardless. If you under a bridge and you smiling, you're
Yeah,
still good
that's what I'm saying.
at the end of the day.
The rich live in more fear.
But one thing I wanted to touch on, the justice system between the rich and the poor. There is a big difference there.
Yeah.
Very different.
Big difference there. And I wanted to touch that part right there. Because
I said it with the crime. In
Right,
the
right.
crime community.
right.
But
Well,
he talking more so from like court standpoint.
yeah. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you was talking about an episode from Power or something. I just wanted to get it clear. You know what I'm saying? So watching Kane and Power Book 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? But in the justice system,
Yeah, we get it.
we've seen it a million times over that they get away with a lot of things just because they have the high-powered lawyers. Now, recently when Bill Cosby was released, he made that same statement that if you're poor and you can't afford a good lawyer, you might as well call it a day. You might as well call it a day in the justice system.
Yeah.
And we've seen it time and time again.
Yeah.
Time and time again. There was a story. One of the co-founders for Red Bull, his son got into a car accident in Bangkok and ended up dragging a police officer for miles now, not a couple feet, for miles underneath his Ferrari. Okay. Now, this person is still at large because when everything happened, he jumped on his parents' private jet and he hoed. Okay. So, and the Bangkok police, they're not even sweating the situation. Now, if it was a regular civilian that probably hit him with a scooter or something, it's out of there. Because Bangkok, their tolerance law to drugs and different things is like super zero.
Yeah.
So that's one situation right there.
In the justice system, it's dangerous.
Okay. Who else?
Well, you'll find the thing is because you'll find a lot of, once again, wealthy people in positions of decision making. So they and influence. So and it's who knows who. It definitely goes over who knows who in a lot of these court decisions. So
now
you have to keep that in mind.
Even though
it shouldn't be, but it is.
Laura Bush also had an incident when she was younger, where she hit a fellow student. Okay, that person
Did
died.
you kill him?
Yeah, he died, and because her father's come from wealth, her father was a wealthy developer. Get the best lawyers. Best lawyers is gonna get you off. She never did a day in prison. Never did a day.
I don't remember this.
Just when she was younger. She was younger. Before she became Bush. Before
Yeah.
the Bush situation, when she was carrying her maiden name. But at the end of the day,
Once again, it's who knows who.
Wait a minute. You mean the wife of the president?
Yeah, the wife. Yeah.
Oh,
Former.
I thought it was the child.
No. But even but remember, at one point, the daughters or something, they was they little mix up stuff too. But at the end of the day, let's just compare that now. Let's take those little two instances and switch it over to New York now. So now everyone, not everyone, mainly us from New York. Remember the Khalif Broder situation, where he was in Rikers for stealing a book bag, right? So okay, spent 3 years in Rikers.
It was 3.
Awaiting. It was 3 years.
3 years.
3 years in Rikers awaiting his trial. You know,
No, waiting a bond decision.
A bond. I mean, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Bond decision.
It's crazy. There's another case for a young dude. Where was he from? I think he was from upstate New York.
Justice system.
But he went to the same prison system. A lot of us know it, Coxsock. And he actually went to jail over a pair of Nikes. He's doing time because he went to go meet someone about purchasing a pair of Nikes. The stories get twisted here and there. The young guy said that him and the person that was selling it agreed that he would pay him later. That person said he never said that, and that the kid brandished the gun. When the police and them went to his house to investigate it, they found the sneakers, never found the gun, but this kid is doing time with killers and murderers. And he's a teenager. The dude was like 15, 16 at the time. He's 17 now. So to know you're going to prison over a pair of Nikes when it could have easily been solved where if the cops found it, okay, give me that back, take it back to the owner. You know what I'm saying? Owner never pressed charges. Never pressed charges. And even with the book bags incident, that person never even showed up. So how are these two kids in prison for something as minute as that? When you got people out here that are killing people, outright killing people, and not doing a day in time.
Yeah, but as what Nisha said earlier, from the beginning, it's balance it with the rich and the poor in the justice system, in the health, and all those stuff. You see what I'm saying? The health system.
I mean, I get everything in between as far as like, okay, depending on what you consider rich, what you consider happiness, what you consider everything. I think, and I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anyone else, but I would like to experience rich. I would like to experience it for myself. I want to smell a new level. You know what I'm saying? I want these things. I want to see what it is. I want to see what my hard work is bringing to fruition. I want to see me being able to make changes and not use the money to like oppress other people and do dirty deeds and stuff like that. I'm talking about having wealth where I can turn back and say, okay, build this, do that, educate that, make changes. Because the problem with something with rich people also is the totem pole. And I always said it for all the little rich friends that I've had when we're having discussions when their assistant and all these little people are not around them and they're complaining. I always remind them, you got to understand something. Somebody got to be on the bottom of the totem pole. And that's no rich person. You think a rich person wants to brag and know that when he says, yo, I just bought that Bugatti. And you can say, shit, I just bought two. You know what I'm saying? He's looking down like, damn. So he needs someone to D-ride him.
Yeah.
They need the D-riders out here. You know what I'm saying? Because without that, what is it? What else would there be?
I don't know what we're talking about right now.
Oh man, you so far from the South. I lost you or something?
The D-riders.
You don't know what D-riders are? Not flow rider.
I know what it is.
so how are you lost? You need me? How are you
in
lost?
the South.
Explain it to me. Now, how are you lost?
No, go ahead.
You not understand nothing I'm saying?
No, I understand.
Oh, you just being you. Okay.
But that's this clout. That's different.
But however you want to label it, clout or anything, it is what it is at the end of the day. For a lot of them,
everybody don't do it for that reason, though.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't do it for that reason.
Mm-mm.
A lot of who?
Okay.
A lot
Well,
of
you
who?
have the smaller percentage of the ones them out here that are not flaunting and flossing and everything. Yes, you got the the Warren Buffetts, I guess, where still driving his old cars and don't need 15 houses and stuff. So that's cool. But then you do have the other ones that got a 1,000 rooms and only have one kid. So at the end of the day, it's still up for debate. And it's all according to how you live your life, how you plan to give back to this universe.
Yeah.
So anyone, Aaliyah, you still looking like you lost? I got you.
I know, I understand.
Good. All right. So okay, you flossing. Nisha, where you at? You good?
I'm good.
So
Yeah,
you
Nation
still
Nation made her point.
okay?
Though,
So it's
yeah.
all about what to you? Love, family, rich, poor. Where you at?
Where I'm at, well, the original question was who has more problems, the rich or the poor, right?
Uh-huh.
They both got problems. It's on the perspective of the person of how big of a problem that is. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Somebody may be happy living in the poorest neighborhood around the poorest people, and somebody may be happy living around the richest people. It's your perspective. So I'm very on the
Fence.
middle of it. Yeah.
Okay, Sassy.
I look forward to happily building wealth and treating people nicely.
There you go.
Ditto.
Yeah, I believe in. We all want to get rich, but it's all you do with that wealth, dog.
Mm,
It's how you do with that wealth, because
okay.
we're a lot of people are in as who's known as poor. They're more happier than those people in that mansion, man.
Okay. Well, hell yeah. I want me a mansion. I like to test it out myself. But y'all, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Richard Poe, the decision is still out there. The decision is still out there. So you can join us on all the platforms out there. Meet us all there. Let me see who. Sassy, you go ahead and close out. I ain't ever seen you.
That's true.
Close out.
Check us out on all platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Podcaster, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts, and last but not least, iHeartRadio.
Yes. I want to thank y'all all for joining us tonight. And give back. You know what I'm saying? Rich or poor, give back.
That's the thing.
Give back.
Teach people how to fish. Don't keep feeding fish.
Yeah, give back.
Each
Okay,
one teach
you looking
one.
like you still got something on your mind. You good?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. Holla! Hey, go out the world and be somebody, damn it, do the damn thing. Thank you very much for joining us live at the Barbershop every Friday night. Go get it.
Go out in the world and be somebody.